did call you Pale Blood.
Yeah.
And what's the hunt and what's all this going on?
Yeah.
So you've just woken up after having this blood transfusion and you've had these hallucinations and now this place is just empty. So let's just move on.
So really the gist of it that I had, and you get from, is that you are a hunter. You're being referred to as a hunter many times.
Yeah.
And this night in Yharnam, the city of Yharnam, is as the hunt.
Yeah. So it's a thing that occurs regularly, kind of. And it needs hunters to kind of make it end. Yeah. And this one hunt here, or the Eternal Night, or whatever they call it, it has many names. It's kind of a particularly bad one. Like, normally it doesn't last this long. Usually, like, they solve the issue, which I won't give away. No. So around the world, you'll find these little guys here, the ones that were crawling on you earlier. And they're really creepy at first, but they're actually kind of cute once you start playing the game.
Yeah, very helpful.
Because actually, when you hear more...
Really? So they were just hugging you before?
Yeah, they were just
not eating your face?
No, they were just kind of...
Oh, that's good. Thank you, little fellas.
They'll give you these little tips around.
That's the tutorial.
Yeah, exactly. So these are little tutorial messages that they'll give you. Yeah. And as you progress through the game, you'll have the ability to set down your own notes, kind of like the old Souls games. And other people will be able to see them. And what's cool is you can actually decorate your little guys. You can make them wear little hats and everything. Oh, that's cool. So other people that find them, they might find them wearing a little top hat or maybe a bloody rag. But that's the thing about From Software. Small comedic sort of additions to a very serious game otherwise. So we're hearing some sounds here. Oh, here we go. Oh, good. Oh, no. Now, first time I met this guy, it didn't go too well. Let's see, like, again, I'll explain after this fight. So the small pools of blood there is, that's the... It can also be specters. That's the ghost thing. You can see how people die. Yeah, so if I activate it here, I'll be able to see sometimes, sometimes it doesn't work fully. It seems like the servers are still a bit iffy when it comes to it. So I'm going to log on to this guy. He's got half health, but again, I've got no weapons. But I'm just going to go ahead and give it a try anyway and see if I can't. Did you beat him on your own? No, it didn't go too well my first time around, but now I've got a bit more. I've got a bit more control over the tanks. Now you'll notice that I regained life there when I hit him. Yeah. And that's a new regain system in action, where what's it called? When you take damage, you have a few seconds to take back that health by doing melee damage to the enemy. I believe, to be specific. You have 5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds. So it's not a short amount of time. You can kind of get back and recover and then come back. But it's going to start kind of at those 5 seconds, going to start going down, so you might not get all of it back. Now I'm doing a lot better than I did the first time. We're actually beating the wolf with our bare hands. And again, you'll notice that I'm actually not keeping my distance as much as you might do in an old Souls game. It's more about kind of dodging around the back of him. Yeah. What I do like, actually, for you that think that this blood transfusion, gaining your health back thing makes the game a bit easier, you can't regain the total amount of health lost. No, you always take a bit, minimize the damage. But just for the people who think that you can stay alive and not use health potions just by hitting your enemies at the right time, no. You will always lose health when you're hit. It's just a matter of how much you're losing. This is going very well, Philip. I'm very pleased to see that. Now, see, this whole fight here is kind of referencing the first Dark Souls game and also the Demon Souls and so on. I'll explain how if I survive these final moments. Die, werewolf. Ooh. Dodge there, by the way. So, the thing that's apparent when I haven't played Souls games like Very Nice is that so much reliance on being very aggressive. Yeah. Very aggressive. You can't do the defensive stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, there's only one shield in the entire game. Yeah, and it's pretty useless. Yeah. So playing defensively is not going to be an option for you. So you're coming in for Dark Souls 2, where playing defensively is at least an option for you. It's not going to be that here. No. You can't do that. So I'm kind of unsure what's going to happen now, because actually, I'm going to explain now. In the past Souls games, it was very normal that they put you up against an almost impossible fight in the beginning, so that you would die.
Yeah.
To kind of almost idea of, all right, here you go, get used to it.
It's just teaching you.
And in this case here, normally I would respawn in this kind of hub world.
Yeah.
And it's going to move on along the story. Now,
can you actually just move through the game world now without weapons, or?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we're going to see something happen to me where I won't have any
that's cool,
choice.
Yeah.
But again, like in the old Souls games, there were YouTube videos of people beating these huge bosses with their hands, and they were a lot harder. I would say it was a piece of cake compared to those other.
I remember putting in the first demon, and that was a dragon.
Yeah.
And he completely destroys you. You have no choice there.
No.
So, but this is at least.
There are some crazy players out there who can actually. But okay, it looks like it's actually going to let me continue playing without any weapons.
The question is whether or not. But we want to keep our souls. I'm sorry, the blood echoes, which is the equivalent of souls in this. As you can see, just for reference, in the top right corner, that is the amount of blood echoes you have. You assemble blood echoes by defeating enemies most of the time, or you can get some stones that will give you more. And the idea is that if you die, those blood echoes will disappear on the ground, and you can pick them up again, but every time you die, you lose your blood echoes.
Yeah, and if you go back for the blood echoes that you lost and die again, the previous blood echoes disappear.
Yeah, you only get one chance. We actually get...
Okay, this is going to take a while. I might have to actually let myself die here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Let's just allow the game to do what it wanted to do in the beginning and take us out.
The game wants us to die, so we're going to oblige here. You died.
Yeah.
So this is what was meant to happen down with the werewolf stuff. So this is one of the weird things about Bloodborne. Very long load times, which I'm guessing is because that it's one
big
open world.
Yeah.
Only cut out by not too many of parting walls. Maybe. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so we're back now here.
Not too long. And now the death count says 1.
Okay, so
we actually did count that the game has to kill you once.
Yeah.
So that already locks out the little dance.
Well, see, that's
yeah. Very smart. Yeah, very smart.
Okay. This is where Bloodborne is more reminiscent of Demon Souls and Dark Souls. The fact that there is this hub world that you return to kind of do your thing, upgrade your character, purchase weapons, and so on. Now, this is our first time here. So you notice these kind of headstones, and they are your portals, so to speak, into the world. So you can almost call it chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
But actually, it's not that straightforward. They kind of intertwine a bit. So you'll go from something in this area to over here to go back here to send you straight to the last one and so on. It's really going to throw you around the place.
Right, yeah.
But this one here is kind of the Yharnam headstone. So anything that takes place inside the city is going to be
here.
All the checkpoints are going to be here.
Yeah. You're sort of revealing right now that the game takes place outside of Yharnam.
And I do that as well in my review, just to kind of, a lot of people had concerns that everything was going to be taking place inside the city.
But it doesn't look like it.
There's also going to be surrounding areas and also a bit beyond that. I won't give that away.
Cool.
So not to worry, it's not all this Victorian Gothic cityscape.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
and again, it's just to calm down people who are fans of the games, because the previous games also had some pretty spectacular open world
areas.
So here we go. This is another important thing. This doll sitting here, if I inspect it,
an abandoned
doll. It's just kind of sitting there, and we can't really do much with it.
She will be important.
Yeah.
I can reveal that.
So here we go. a gift from the messengers.
Oh, look at those little guys.
My little friends here are already helping me. So they're offering me trick weapons. Now, this is a new thing as well. These are your right-hand weapons, your melee weapons.
Yeah.
And each weapon has 2 features. So we have the saw cleaver, which is as you see there, and that's kind of like the trademark weapon. And so on. It's basically the little sword weapon, but you can activate it, and it kind of folds out like a big razor blade. And it becomes heavier and slower, but does more damage.
Yeah.
So it's like a heavy or light weapon.
Yeah.
Then there's the hunter axe, which I believe can also do a similar kind of. You can kind of get a bit of a retains the qualities of an axe, but offers a wider palette of attacks by transforming. So it can kind of transform into.
Can we get that? I really want to see that actually.
Okay, because I was almost thinking the cane for the old
the
man.
threaded cane. Okay, we're definitely going to do the cane. You're right.
Again, you choose an initial weapon here, but all weapons are going to be available to purchase for souls, and they're not that expensive, these beginning ones.
No, I can reveal that it's after you beat the first boss.
Yeah.
They all become available to you for a very small amount of blood echoes.
Yeah. So these are just basically, and another gift. This is
our
choice of firearms. So we have the hunter pistol, which is kind of quick.
Yeah.
And does actually the most the stat there.
And a single shot, right?
And a single shot. Yeah. It says the QS, that's Quicksilver bullet use.
Okay.
1. This one also only uses 1, but it's slower, but it has a higher chance of staggering.
Yeah. And also it spreads to several enemies.
It's a slower, it does less damage, but again, it's important to note that the firearms aren't really there to do damage necessarily.
No,
they're more there to stagger. It's like the shields in the previous games where you can do kind of like this. Yeah.
I took the blunderbuss.
And you took the blunderbuss?
Yeah, and I immediately regretted it.
Well, let's go for the pistol then.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with this one, so.
Good. So, cane and pistol. We're beginning to build an image here.
Going to go ahead and equip these, and you'll notice there's 2 right-hand and 2 left-hand weapons, so you can kind of switch on the fly.
Yeah, you do get a torch actually, which I equipped in the second right-hand slot.
Yeah, and
so
it's both functional for combat because it lights up the area, and as opposed to the Dark Souls 2 game with the torch, it doesn't have a timer that runs out.
Okay.
They did some gameplay features with the torch there. I never really felt like it added anything to the game.
No.
So I guess they another gift from the
One more gift, a notebook.
That's the notebook. So this is basically, this is a new feature as well. You have like kind of this, you can see it flashing up there, this kind of quick menu. And that's the bottom bar here we can add items to.
Oh, the quick, Oh, that's the leaving the note stuff for other players.
Yeah. So you can add stuff to this bar, but again, notes is not something I need to get out quickly.
No.
So they've added a new thing. If I hit the right side of the touchpad, I'm going to add, I have another one here where I can kind of, it's slower to access, but it's easy to access.
Yeah,
so I can add some items there too.
Oh, that's cool.
Now this door here is closed to us for now, so
I don't think we have any more to do in the Hunter's Dream.
No, I can just show quickly this little bird bath over here. We have another little guy sitting.
Oh.
And this is basically our shop. So this is where we can buy items, and it's going to offer more items as we progress. So here we have some of the armor that's kind of known from the game.
Oh, that's the stuff I bought, yeah.
Yeah. So we're just going to leave that guy now because we have 0 of everything and just jump right back in. So
awaken at a selected location. Oh, that's the location list, yeah. And then you switch between different parts of the world. And now, a little loading screen.
Yep.
Get used to seeing that when you die. But that's cool. That's the stuff you're in for.
And I timed it. And getting back, which is a small area, takes about 15-16 seconds. Getting back into the world between deaths and also just basically, it's somewhere around 30 to 35 seconds.
Oh, that's not good, you know.
So.
But then again, I think
it's going to leave us time to kind of reassess and figure out what went wrong whenever I die, because it's going to happen.
Yeah, but I thought at least there's a good explanation for it, that it's one continuously generated open world where enemies will spawn in and out,
and it should be mentioned also that the developers are apparently working on a patch to lower these times. So again, in my review, take away from my my score there, which is a temporary score.
Yeah.
they're going to have until my final review goes up to fix it. My score might stay the same.
Yeah.
If they do fix it, or if it's very, very certain that they fix it, I might go higher with my score, because or unless something goes very, very wrong with the multiplayer and it really pulls down.
The thing is, we put the news story up today that told another publication from Software did that they were working on cutting the half, actually.
Oh, well, see if they can do that.
Yeah.
Then
it'll be really interesting, but we'll see what the timeline is on that stuff. So now we're here, Awakening, where we took down the wolf in the first place.
So die to the wolf, come back with a weapon, and then feel like a bad. I retain my pistol, because some of the heavier ones become two-handed weapons, and then they have a kind of attack on the pistol.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's interesting. So now, also for me, we're going in with two weapons that I didn't go with when I started.
Yeah, and this is the first time I use the cane as well. The pistol I'm used to, so.
Okay, so we're coming out to the same area. Now we're going to take out that guy.
Oh, I just did the wrong turn there. I can't remember. So yeah, we're coming up to the guy now. Let's see if we can't do a bit more damage. Notice he's got glowing eyes. So a new feature in the Bloodborne game is that when you die, your blood echoes don't necessarily drop on the ground for you to run in and pick up and run away again. They might actually get tied to an enemy.
Oh, here we go.
And you can recognize them by their glowing eyes. So sometimes you'll get in a situation where it's like, oh no, that big guy has my blood echoes.
That's going to be tied to a very powerful enemy.
Yeah.
So now we have 643. That's good.
So we got
some guys down there. One thing that I thought was pretty cool about Bloodborne is that it sometimes obscures your enemies in the environment that they are hiding, or...
Yeah, you'll get ambushed quite a bit.
Yeah, and traps and that kind of stuff.
So I'm just going to add my Molotov cocktail. So you see him up there at the top, and I can activate him by just hitting square.
Yeah.
My Molotovs and so on.
Here we go.
So this is very... you'll also notice over here there's a gate. And that's closed right now, and it's locked right now. It's closed by device. You can actually see it right on the other side there. And that's how Bloodborne works, and kind of more so than Dark Souls, but it's closer to Demon Souls. There are fewer checkpoints.
Yeah.
But there are more shortcuts. So you'll find yourself circling back and opening up doors. So if you die, instead of having to go all the way
shorter way back to where you were.
So what was that? That's like this weird shriek, and I'm not sure if you can actually see anything. In other Souls games, you've seen it before, where you can see something flying in the distance. But okay, so now we got our first kind of
there's the lamp. So that's just a checkpoint back to the
Hunter Stream. So now
I've
activated my checkpoint, and I can activate it here to go back.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Now, I mentioned it in my review again because of load times and so on, and in the past games, at the bonfires, which were the checkpoints, you could actually access your chest, like your items.
Okay, but you can't here. There's
you
no
actually have
access.
to go all the way back through a load screen to pick it up, and then go all the way back to a long load screen.
You see.
I hope that they might change that so you can actually access some of your stuff.
It seems like the kind of stuff that's patchable.
Yeah, and also fixable. Another feature was that when you sat down at the bonfire, you reset the whole area, which could be nice sometimes.
Yeah.
But this time around, you have to, again, go load and load back to reset the area.
Yeah.
You'll also notice in the game these kind of very telltale glowing lanterns around the place.
Yeah.
And they're actually quite important. People tend to miss them, and I did it first as well.
I've missed them all the time.
Well, if you go up, they're usually by doors or windows. You can go and talk to people.
Oh, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just, dialogue, world building. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So all these people, they might give you stuff. They give you a bit of story, background.
Yeah. Special way of treating guests. Yeah.
Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing if there's anything.
Thanks, Gilbert.
So he's not feeling too well, but he's willing to help because he's also an outsider.
Yeah. That's nice. Plan a swift exit. We're not going to do that, Gilbert.
Can be gained from this place.
We'll do more harm than good.
Okay, so we can keep...
Pale blood, you say?
That's another important thing. Keep talking to people. We'll have more stuff to say usually.
You should try the healing church.
Yeah, so here we have already a bit of
there seems to be a very big focus on blood.
Yeah.
Just what that, like the symbolic gesture of blood.
And again, it seems like in this world, like this town doing this bloodletting and blood transfusion to heal people.
Birthplace of the healing church special blood.
But it seems that, you know, this blood is also contaminated with something that, again, that's kind of part of the whole story, that when this particular time of year, when the moon is in the right way, the blood changes.
Oh, right, people. Yeah. I did also sort of think a bit about the basic enemies, why they had fur, but it's starting to clear a picture. Deep within the main cathedral. The main cathedral is going to be sort of the main objective to get to that place.
So
that's good.
Yeah, now he's just going to repeat himself.
Yeah, so we're not going to do that.
Okay.
So let's get into some action with the threaded cane.
Let's actually try out. I'm just going to pick up this item here. Try out the secondary feature. I want to see what kind of damage it does.
I'm super stoked by the whip thing.
So, and also, actually, we're going to start reading some notes here. So yeah, see, these are made by players. Foe awaits ahead. And you can do it like in the past games, you can kind of upvote or downvote the notes.
Oh, yeah.
Because people kind of fool each other as well.
Yeah.
On a ledge, say jump here and stuff like that. And sometimes there's a treasure down there, sometimes you just die.
But that's the thing about these community-based stuff. Is
So I'm going to rate this guy fine, because the thing is, in the past games, and also I've left notes when I'm told that somebody upvoted my note.
Oh yeah.
And it gave me some health back. So it can really save you in a boss fight. And suddenly, you know, you're almost dead. Upvoted your note, and there he is.
See, there's one of the. Oh wow!
That does a lot of damage. So I think I just found my new favorite.
I'm gonna buy that when I get home, actually. That's cool.
And then we got this guy. Oh, but see, that's the thing.
Oh, you can't hit the sort of the environment with it.
No, so that's the
trade-off.
Oh,
the guy
I'm
with
gonna
the
go
shield.
back to.
Yeah, go back to the basic cane. Oh, that gun does a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, it's actually good for stunning him. Now, okay, another thing that I also mentioned in my review is these blood vials I'm picking up. You'll notice them up underneath my health bar. I can use them by hitting one button, and you get a lot of them, especially the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
That might seem like kind of an overpowered thing, especially because you can hold 20 of them.
Yeah.
In the past games, you had these things called Estus flasks, which needed to be refilled at the bonfire, and you can hold up to what? At the very end of the game.
Oh, okay.
You start out with one at a time, and you had to go quite far and find these special items to get more.
Yeah.
So here now we're back at this device.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to do something bold now.
You are.
Yeah, the mini boss.
The mini boss. So
not mini boss, but just one of the more powerful enemies. Which I love about it. He's just there. There's no explanation. You don't have to beat him up if you don't want to. The long oh my god,
it hurts. So I'm gonna get a bit of distance, heal up, and then again take my own advice and jump past him. Oh,
he's insane.
Heal up again.
I walked past him several times. Never had the guts to.
Let's see.
Come on, you big fella. Come on. Very nice that. I'm sensing that long cane attack when you fold it out has its disadvantages, but it also seems to be when you hit the ground with it, then it bounces back.
Yeah.
But that's the stuff you also mentioned in the review, is that it is sort of part of the that you get to know your enemy's attack patterns before you can do real progress.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's sort of despite the fact that you may feel like underpowered or that the game is not doing you justice, dying.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Oh,
boom!
What the hell? Nice.
So yeah, I'm just going to interrupt you real quick and explain what happened
there.
Yeah,
yeah, thank you. Please do.
Basically, if you can pull off a arm as your enemy is swinging a heavy attack, you'll stun them, they'll get down on one knee, and if you run up to the front of them and just do a regular attack, you'll do this thing called a visceral attack, and it does huge amounts of damage, and later on you can even get special items that's going to regenerate your health.
So it's From Software's version of QTEs, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Nice!
But the past games had kind of backstabs, and this game, instead of backstabbing, because it doesn't really work, being sneaky and trying to get behind... let's see what this guy says.
You've come to... Oh, thank you.
So there isn't really much else, but he had a pretty important item there, which is like this gem that you can later on attach to a weapon to upgrade it.
I did that, yeah.
So let's move on here.
So what was I saying? Oh, yeah.
And
it's just before you start to feel underpowered that the game is cheating you, a really central part of From Software games is dying, learning the creature or the enemy's attack patterns, and then coming back and doing better. You might not do better the second time. I'm going to lock in again. Was it a...
So yeah, apparently we had a bit of a problem with the chat, so you guys weren't able to see anybody.
Oh, nice. Sorry.
Oh,
we
cool.
Weren't available.
I thought we were alone here.
I've been working on fixing it.
Thank you, Dory.
Should be.
You're doing wonderfully.
Users. Okay, while you guys fix that, I'm just going to go and knock on this door because there's another.
Thank you.
So.
Looking for group.
I'm
gonna work on that. So, are you...
Now this attitude is something you can see from a lot of the residents.
Yeah, the people are so mad.
They don't like you, you're an outsider.
No.
So they're not really a fan of outsiders.
But we did get Yarn and Blood. I mean, if that's not dedication to a place, I don't know what is.
So,
and by the way,
yeah, we can't use the full screen one, you can use this one. And
okay, cool. Yeah, cool. So, to reiterate, now that we have connection to the chat again, we are giving away a copy of the game here on the stream. A disc-based copy of the game. And all you need to do is to guess how many times Philip is going to die. Now, we are going to take in, with half an hour left of the stream, we're going to take in your answers, and we're going to work them out there and see who gets the closest without going over.
So I don't know if it's possible to get a heads up kind of 10 minutes before that last half hour happens, just so we can remind people. Sure. So we'll let you know when there's 10 minutes left to give in your answers. And then, yeah, we'll see. Now, so far I'm doing pretty good.
We should be on the 1 hour mark, so full hour before.
Okay, so we'll give a heads up a full hour when there's a half hour left to give in your answers.
Yeah, do that, yeah.
Oh, you think the cutoff should be there?
So the cutoff is in 19 minutes. Or we can do that.
Yeah.
But I must say, Philip, that's skill. I'm not losing any health.
Oh, you have to say it. You have to say it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. So yeah, but again, I'm doing well now because I've been through this area many times.
Yeah.
My first trip through this area took me a million tries. Which is frustrating when you're reviewing on a deadline as well.
Indeed, and we got, I got to the bonfire, which is straight up ahead. That was 10 to 15 times because I had to figure out I was not strong enough to take them all head on. So how to get past without luring every single one into one single fight.
Yeah.
That proved to be very tricky. And that's also one of the cool things is that you have to learn the enemy positions. You have to. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get
an example of this is this guy.
Yeah.
Like, they will hide around corners and jump you. And sometimes it's just not fair. They'll just, like, they'll drop from a ceiling and almost instantly kill you. It's like, well, that's how it is. You just got to know. And if you don't know, then you got to come back and remember. Also, this part here, and see, I'm going to be a bit brave, and actually, because I know that I'm going to get swarmed in this second.
Yeah, they're gonna come up the staircase.
Yeah,
yeah, there we go.
Ooh. Again, notice that the best trick is actually to jump into them, because then they're going to miss you. If you jump back, they might actually get you.
Yeah, because most of the enemies has several attacks in one flurry. Very few of them only lunge at you once. Ooh, so close.
Heal up here a bit.
Good. Very nice that. But take that into account, viewers. Philip is reviewing the game. He has very high levels of character. So...
I'm very familiar with the area.
You're very familiar with the area. He's died once, and that was only because the game forced him to. Or we forced Philip to die. So... don't go over. So sort of be conservative with your number. We'll see. So this is the part where I died goddamn constantly, because you have people up on the opposite side of the street shooting down on you, and that rifle, you see he's already firing. That actually does a pretty, like a third of your health when you're level 10.
We can't get this guy's attention.
And that gun, that gun there, which is not the blunderbuss, just the hunter's pistol.
Yeah.
Very, very much better at pulling.
Yeah, exactly. Like the thing is, later on you'll also pick up pebbles, which can be used for pulling.
Oh yeah,
which are better than the gun, because the gun does do some like make a lot of noise, so you might pull more than you want to. The pebble is almost silent, so you can actually pull them one at a time, even though they're rather close to each other.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to be a bit. Oh, I'm just going to heal a bit. There we go. Don't want to go into a battle at half health, because you never know if you get caught in an unfortunate kind of combo. Oh, here comes a group.
Ooh, very nice. I'm loving that cane.
Yeah,
I think that works very well.
Now I'm going to see if I can't pull off a sweet little move here that I also found out about a little late in playing the game. Oh, I think I might have. Oh no, they all. Let's see if I can get this guy.
Oh yes!
Visceral attack.
That's really cool. A lot of blood, but again, the game is called Bloodborne. What did you expect? So.
But yeah, see if.
So, just to clarify here, two questions we've got. Petrus, we are playing until 6 o'clock. We will, I think, play this for 20, 25, maybe half an hour, and then we'll go into one of Philip's review saves, and we will check out how a high-level hunter performs in the more difficult parts of the game. We'll try to keep it spoiler-free, as spoiler-free as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Indian Cobra. The first thing I normally do when I get a game on the PS4 is check the trophy list, because why not? And the thing about Bloodborne's trophies is that almost every single one of them, and I have not yet shown the dedication to look them up online, but I'm guessing that they are almost all of them story-based in some capacity. There are some of them that require you to gather all of the gear, all of the different aspects of the hunter attire. I'm guessing that's going to take a while. Gathering a lot of different materials, but we'll see. So far, I think the only thing stopping you from the trophy is that the game is just so freaking hard. Yeah. Not because the trophies themselves are hard. So.
Now I just pulled up a move before. I'll see if I can do it again. But I found out quite late in the game you can actually make these pretty cool combo moves. I'll try and do it here without an enemy, where you can do 2 light attacks and then switch weapons kind of midway through.
Yeah.
See, so you can kind of chain them, and you can do heavy,
I never
heavy,
tried that. Yeah.
And then boom, and then he does kind of like this move there.
Yeah.
Can kind of do. I'll see if I can do it with this guy, because he has a simple pattern.
Yeah, he only hits once. Yeah.
Come on,
one of the easier ones.
So
1,
hit,
2.
And then. Oh, it took a bit too long there.
Goddamn torch.
A good thing too, when you're doing a visceral attack, you're actually immune to damage. These dogs.
Yeah, they're I can't. And there we have it.
Death.
So for the people who guessed 1, here's to you. And also, we lost 2,251 blood echoes. We're gonna have to go back there with all the enemies respawned and pick that up again.
So we'll go a bit faster this time. I know the shortcuts and so on.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So yeah, Indian Kroben, hidden trophies from software games usually means beating all the bosses. But in this case, I believe there are 20, 25, maybe 30 hidden trophies. They can't all be bosses though. There has to be something progression-based in it.
But there are a lot of bosses that aren't actually directly tied to progressing in the game. They're kind of off to the side, and they'll give you special items. Yeah. But they're not necessary for completing the story.
Yeah.
So again, there's a lot of exploring and so on.
Yeah. To clarify once more for the people who want to win the copy of Bloodborne, we'll be playing we are going to play this for 12 more minutes, this low-level character, and then we're going to switch to Philip's character for the final hour of the live stream. At precisely 5 o'clock, we will be cutting off people getting your votes in for how many times Philip's going to die. It's going to be the combined death count of both the high-level character and this character. It's going to be combined until the stream is over. So get your votes in. You have 12 more minutes to get, and then we'll be cutting off, and it's the guy who's closest without going over the amount, the death count.
Yeah. Another thing I forgot to mention also
is sure.
Your heavy attacks can be charged up, and you can actually, if you see it here, that little flash there means it's a super heavy attack. And if you perform one of those to the back of a guy, he will also get on a knee, and you can do a visceral attack from the back.
Okay.
So you can do a sort of backstab, but it does require charge. But let's just see the heavy here. Okay, it can't do a heavy there, but some of the trick weapons can do a heavy secondary move.
But it seems to me that if you compare it to earlier From Software games, that this sort of embraces its sort of action roots a bit more. That it is a bit more combo based. Because I'm starting to think like there's some very basic sort of Devil May Cry stuff, mixing heavy and light hits and getting your enemies to a weakened state.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So Mad Lunatic has put in 3 times. 3.
3.
I mean, the faith in you is really positive. I'm getting good feedback here.
Come on, hit me. So this shield guy can be annoying because he kind of blocks your hits, but if you're just persistent,
staggering his shield,
you'll stagger him, and then you'll open him up.
So the thing I'm a bit worried about getting to our blood echoes is that we only got 1 blood vial. We'll
be fine. We'll be
fine.
Actually, I'll drink the blood vial now just to be cocky.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Very nice.
But another thing about these items, blood vials and your bullets, which you'll also pick up, is that even you can hold a maximum of 20 bullets and blood vials.
Is there any way to increase that later on in the game?
There is.
Oh, nice.
But what's it called? Is that even if you keep picking them up, you don't actually kind of lose them. They go straight to your kind of what's it called, chest back in Hunter's Dream. So, and if you die and respawn, it will take out. So you're always topped up on blood vials and bullets.
Okay.
Other items that are like Molotov cocktails and so on, you will have to go back and pick up yourself.
Yeah.
But health and bullets, you will be topped up on automatically. Alright, so these guys.
Indian Cobran, the guessing cuts off in 9 minutes at precisely 5 o'clock. So, and then we'll see how many times Philip dies over the course of the stream. Also on his high-level character, we'll be taking a ride on at the same time.
And there might be a few more deaths there.
Yeah.
And let's just say people can put in more suggestions. Like if you got it wrong already, you can put in another one. It's your last answer that counts.
Yeah.
So if you already kind of are wrong at this point, put in another answer. It's going to be your final answer when the cutoff hits.
So Dory is doing a fantastic job of keeping track of all the guesses at this point. And so remember, 8 more minutes for you. That was so close. I'm right, that it's really difficult to get down there without taking a lot of damage from just the rifle shots.
Oh, I missed.
And you hit the water pump.
that
I'm really
guy.
liking that gun. I want that when I get home. Stupid blunderbuss, don't like that.
And obviously there's also several weapons. Now I read somewhere on the internet that there was concerns about the weapons, saying that somebody had played a preview build and there were only 4 weapons. Now I've counted and there are way above 12 at this point for my character to choose between.
Right, yeah.
And that's just trick weapons. There are just as many firearms as well.
Yeah.
And also, as I mentioned in my review, there isn't really any magic in the game. No. But there is, what's it called? Like these little gadgets or kind of semi-magic items that you can activate at the cost of quicksilver bullets. That's a hard word to say. Where you kind of offer some of them all the way up towards 6 of them, and it's going to allow you to dodge faster or kind of do these special kind of attacks. Yeah. One of them's going to push enemies away from you. So you do have sort of magic. Oh, see up there, the gunner up there's got the glowing blue eyes. He's got my.
He has your blood echoes.
Yeah.
And where I must say, not much health left.
No, one bullet from that guy up there is going to kind of.
Can you pull? He's not firing yet. So you're in the clear. Oh my God!
No, that was one of the blood echoes.
To clarify, they're gone. But now the other guy there has our 850 blood echoes, and now we want those. They might be on the ground.
He might have them.
Yeah, we're gonna get those. So for the people who said 2 times, no, but you can still get a new guess in. Dory's keeping track of which guesses that are free, which slots that are open. So it's also like first, who got the good guesses in first. But that's cool. You have 6 more minutes to put in your votes. Then we're going to lock it off and go to the higher reaches.
And remember, when I go on to the other characters, the counter is going to keep going.
Yeah.
So I might say that like 2 might be a bit too low.
Because
once you get into the higher areas, like this area I'm quite good at because I played it so many times.
Yeah.
And
so when I get into level 70 hunter, that the ratio of deaths is going to increase.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I expect it to. I might get very lucky. I mean, when we did the Dark Souls 2 stream, I was surprised at how well I did.
Oh, cool.
So.
Very subtle.
Yeah, this is a nice little shortcut. Oh yeah, so you can actually push him into the fire as well.
Oh, that's good. So.
These guys.
The thing is.
Get some. See, that's the thing. If you get too aggressive.
Also, I think that sometimes the streets can be very narrow.
Oh my God! Did you see that? See again, you start getting coffee.
5 minutes. Still put in your votes. And before you get to say that Philip is bad at the game, this is out. It's designed to kill you. It's not designed to make you feel powerful. It's designed to make you feel very, very small and very vulnerable. And if you think Bloodborne is hard, then play Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Dark Souls back, and we'll talk. So, and I played actually a funny little side story. Before Dark Souls 2 came out, I played it at a preview event here in the city, and one of the creators was looking me over the shoulder, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing. And his only question to me in English, it was, "They sent you here?" And I was ready to snap somebody's neck. I thought it was so stupid. But and I don't really like Dark Souls 2. I know you did. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I thought I can understand software formula, but I thought it was the game mechanics, the sort of the slowness of the game mechanics that made it hard, and not sort of the game difficulty by itself. I think Bloodborne.
Patience.
Yeah, but I think Bloodborne handles that much better actually, because you've got more movement and you've got more freedom. Every single death is, I feel like it's on you.
Yeah, exactly. Again, like you'll notice my
Yeah.
deaths here are all about me kind of getting a bit too eager. Oh.
Yeah. So it's really marrying sort of, patience and aggressiveness when that pairing works.
What's he doing?
I never figured out that guy. Actually, the thing is, I took that saw cleaver thing.
Yeah.
But I'm really starting to fall for that cane. That cane is cool and does a lot of damage once you get 4 hits in a row. Okay, we're gonna run up that staircase.
just trying to kind of take him out one at a time. Oh no, I'm out of bullets. I tried to shoot him and then...
Go in for the kill.
And then I think he heard you.
Okay. So we got 3 minutes left. So, asks you, what's your favorite From Software game? Now, bear in mind, Philip hasn't given the final score on Bloodborne yet, but what do you think is your favorite From Software game?
I think this might be it. Also,
That's
just
cool.
because, and again, it will be detailed in my review when it goes up, my final review, the elements of the multiplayer already are really interesting. Like, they've always had a very interesting take on multiplayer in these From Software games.
I think so too.
And they've just kind of gone even further this time. In Dark Souls 2, they had a very interesting thing where you could join a covenant that belonged to this rat king in the sewer.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that area became kind of a dungeon where you could align yourself with the rat king, and if people were going into the dungeon, they might get pulled into your world where you could set up traps in this dungeon, so you kind of became the dungeon master.
Oh, that's nice.
And they're doing all these kind of interesting things, and this time around there is a rumored covenant, as they call them, or faction, where you invade people's worlds and you kidnap them into your world, into a dungeon in your world where you're the boss, and they can't get out until they kill you. If they decide to disconnect or log out or quit the game just out of rage, they won't get away that easily. Because in that dungeon still, you won't be there anymore for obvious reasons. Yeah. But an AI will take your place, an AI that is very, very strong.
That's so mean. It's so mean, but it's cool. I really like that kind of design. It's so merciless.
There's all of these kind of covenants, you know, kind of based on PvP or helping others out. Yeah. And you'll pick up, you know, little items that's going to add you to the scoreboard.
Well, that's cool. So we're coming on up now on the final minute.
So everybody get your numbers, and you've seen how I've been doing this last couple of minutes. Not too great.
It's already there's already a guy in the chat who says, "Are you skilled, Philip?" Well, yes, as you will see from his character, which is level 70. So
yeah, I don't know if that's just skill because it's taken me a while. We'll check out the timer on how long it's actually taking me to get there.
Yeah, we will.
Now you'll also notice the enemy patterns do change slightly. Now not on these hanging out there anymore. They moved along with the group. Yeah.
Okay. So are you planning to take on the group? You have to take them on as a whole, right? You can't.
I think I can. I don't have any bullets left, so I really.
So right now we're experiencing an entirely different problem: is the scarcity of resources. It's difficult to kill enemies because we have no resources, and it's difficult because we have to kill enemies in order to get blood echoes.
Exactly. So now we've gotten some bullets here now.
So now it's 5 o'clock, and we are done taking in answers. Dory will come up with a list, and we will pick out the winner that gets close to or hit the exact number, and we will mail you a copy of the game.
And first correct answer is the winner, obviously.
First correct answer is the winner, but I'm thinking that Dory has kept track on if the numbers are occupied. Yeah. Several users can't get the same number.
And a very important thing, I believe, stay in the chat until after the stream ends, because we will need your information. And if you're not online to kind of give our guys the information, then the prize will move on to second closest.
The second closest. So, should we jump in to... Do you want to get one last stab at this area? And then we'll move into the more difficult reaches of Yharnam.
Okay, I'm just going to go...
So Dory has just posted the final list in the chat, so that's the list we're going after. I hope that there's one lucky guy in there for you. But let me just tell you, Philip, that the highest right now is 21.
21.
21.
So it might sound like an insult, but it's actually pretty realistic.
I actually think that's a compliment almost. 2 hours of Bloodborne with 21 deaths. That's a fraction of how much I died in my first 2 hours. Because the thing is about these From Software games, Philip has also reviewed Dark Souls 2 and the DLC for us.
And also the first Dark Souls.
And also the first Dark Souls. So he is familiar with the formula. I am a very impatient gamer. So I had to sort of find my zen state, my zen moment when I was playing Bloodborne. It's my first real From Software game. So.
Okay, now where did I get my blood echoes back from before? Because that's the one thing I want to get before.
528. That's.
But I think that might be just because last couple of times I thought I was up around 800 and so on. So I think that might be just what I got getting up to that point.
Yeah.
I really need to find either that pool on the ground.
We're gonna go to the higher level character, but right now you want to beat that area. Just really want to get it.
Let's just get past this. Past this or die.
Nice. Get that guy. Nice dodge there.
It's all about waiting with that dodge as well to the final moment.
Yeah, because it costs a lot of the, what's the green stuff? Endurance. Yeah.
Another thing that fans of the series will notice is that you have a substantial larger amount of stamina in this game. You're not as much kind of staggered or anything. That's because, again, you don't have the shield that's kind of draining you when you get hit and so on. So.
Yeah. You're being asked, I don't know what that means. What do you think of the skybox?
The sky. Oh, here we go. Well, see, here we go.
6 deaths so far in the easier parts of the game. Your votes are in. Now, let's switch to something a bit different.
Yeah. And while we're switching over, I'm just going to let this save because that's going to risk corrupting the save and so on. The skybox I find is. I've criticized Souls games, the previous, especially Dark Souls 2, for its graphics that were kind of subpar. Yeah. And I can see kind of the skybox here annoying some people because it is kind of low resolution. But right in this game here, it's so far away and it's got this kind of bloom thing going on. Yeah. It works. It kind of feels like this painting. Now, some people might say they did the same thing in Dark Souls 2. Yeah. With kind of giving it this kind of blurred effect. Yeah. But there were instances in Dark Souls 2 where you got up to a high point, you looked in the distance, and you could see the edge of the skybox and this very low-res mountain with these trees that look like cardboard.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good.
That's not the case here now. You'll see here the sky. You can kind of see.
There is sort of the blur effect up there.
Yeah, but it moves.
The thing is, I wanted to ask you because.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Box here. You got
one I'm curious about because Nick and I, as you can see on Game Reactor, we played the alpha back when that was open for only a. And at that point, it was dark, almost pitch black at the sky. Is there any point in the game where sort of the state of the sky changes?
Yes.
So it will get darker, or
it will change.
It will change. Oh,
depending
that's good.
on the story, the areas will change.
Good.
From what happens in the story. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch user. I don't know if I can just go ahead and switch user. Lovely pictures there.
Yeah, that's good.
Now I have to quit the game first before it will load up my.
Started by GR Live. You got a drunk PSN picture. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. Yeah.
So anybody lucky enough to be real name friends with me will be able to see me in a little sombrero with lipstick all over my face. And
which boss from previous From Software games do you hate the most?
I've got a few, but I'm trying to remember them.
So I'm thinking hate is sort of, you like the challenge, but it was very challenging.
Yeah.
See, that's difficult, Philip.
See, and this is one of these on-the-spot moments where I'm actually having trouble remembering the
bosses.
There
is the boss that people seem to be talking a lot about is the Dark Souls 2 boss, where there were two of them, one short and one tall, I saw a video of, which is meant to be the most difficult boss in the game. But there was also the Crown of the Sunken Temple power thing. Yeah. And there was a dragon at the end.
Yeah, that dragon was really annoying. And I did that with other people, and it took so many attempts. The only cool about it was the fact you could chop off its tail, which was a big thing from Dark Souls 1.
Oh, right, yeah.
If you chopped off the tail of the boss, which was a huge accomplishment because you had to get behind, it actually gave you a special. The only way to get it. And if you killed the boss without chopping off the tail, well, too bad.
But you did defeat the dragon.
Yeah, and I chopped off his tail, but that was only kind of a fan service. There was no special weapon in it for me.
No.
So I'm going to go ahead and see. Okay, so GR Phil here. So 46 hours I've played this character.
And that's from long ago, that character. Nightmare of Menses.
Yeah. So that's the area I'm in. There's going to be a quick spoiler. I'm going to jump back to Hunter's Dream as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
But this is the current area which I'm really battling, which is really, really annoying.
Yeah. So also just to answer your, Ornstein and Smoke in Dark Souls 1. That was the guys I was talking about. I just remember seeing videos everywhere on all social networks, people completely getting destroyed by these two. And also, just to answer your question, my favorite boss from a software game is the only From Software boss I've ever beaten, which is the first boss in Bloodborne, which I beat just last night. So that's got to be my favorite. It's called the Cleric Beast, and it took me about 50 or so tries. I can't remember how many thousand blood echoes I must have lost there. And I was getting really frustrated, and I need to sit without any screens on for like half an hour afterwards and cleanse myself. Remember, this is a new experience for me, so I was completely destroyed. So here we are, and you have unlocked several of those summoning stones.
I have all of these here unlocked.
Yeah.
So basically all the areas, I'm going to try and stay away from them because they're going to give away the names of the areas. Or actually, it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't really matter that it says, I saw that it says Frontier.
Yeah,
it
so
doesn't
the Frontier area is around
the city, which makes sense.
And then we have here Unseen, which is really not...
The Unseen
and then
areas.
the broken one up here, Nightmare Headstone.
Oh, with the Nightmare Headstone. And there's some blood and it's half broken and that. Oh.
Yeah. So basically, I can give that away without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
Pretty much all these three areas are connected. You can areas here in Yharnam all the way here, but the Nightmare areas are kind of separate areas you can only get to by teleporting.
Yeah.
And getting to them is very special.
Yeah.
And what happens there.
Okay, so let's, I'm thinking in order to count stuff at a steady pace, we should get into some combat.
Okay.
All right?
So I am going to, let's just see here, the Unseen.
Yeah, oh my god, Yarakul Plaza. So can you give us sort of a sneak peek in where you have had a lot of trouble?
Well, actually this Unseen Village
Let's do that.
And actually I'm going to do it as well because I've beaten the boss in this area, but I'm going to I'm going to sign up for helping somebody else with the boss.
Oh, that's good.
So there's going to be a later boss maybe shown off here, just a warning.
Yeah.
You'll know when I enter this fog. I'll let you guys know if you don't want to see it. Kind of tune away and give me about 10 minutes or something.
So just for the people, Ice and Fire just mentioned it in the chat. I am coming out of a bit of a spring sickness, and it's left me with a small cough. I'm going to try to cover the microphone. I'm sorry. So
again, a bit of a spoiler here of the area.
Yes.
But you guys mentioned the skybox.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting for those interested in that.
Yeah, we're just going to do the 35-second load screen first.
Yeah, exactly. So you have time to tune away now.
Yeah.
You can just minimize the screen and leave.
Oh, look at that!
So some stuff has been happening that has really affected the sky.
That's nice.
I'm not going to give away what has happened.
Very, very colorful for a From Software game.
Now this area has kicked my ass, to put it mildly, so many times. Because see these guys here.
Oh, 614 damage.
Yeah, you start doing a bit more damage later on, for sure. But you'll notice they have this kind of red glow to them. And that basically means there's this new enemy that has spawned.
Yeah.
That kind of attracts these characters. So
can you look up the camera a little bit? What's that? What the hell?
These guys are, they can both be annoying, but also a help. And they're quite special. I'm going to try not to get into them too much on what they do.
So many of them.
Yeah, see that blue kind of glow there?
Yeah.
If you get caught in that big monster's going to pick you up and put you into frenzy mode and almost instantly kill you.
That guy there. Oh, Oh, that looks so beastly. It's so gothic. I like that.
So you can kind of get close and
they're throwing things now?
And shooting, and so I'm going to... See, this is a trick I learned with this area.
Oh, so what a nice jump there.
Again, you'll notice that...
And around the corner, very nice.
Look at this woman up here. She's called a bell woman, and she basically makes these guys that are colored red respawn.
No!
So until she's dead, you're going to keep fighting these guys. But when she is dead, you'll notice I do a lot more damage to them. They're a lot weaker, they do less damage, and they won't respawn.
Oh, so go for the bell lady.
Yeah, if you see these red guys, there's a bell lady in the area, and she needs to be taken out, or you're going to be fighting these guys for a long time.
So one thing that I'm a bit surprised to see is that your character is a very high level, and you've put a lot of points into vitality, the health. But in Bloodborne, you don't get that much health.
No.
It is really like this. It doesn't change all that much.
No,
and I can see, I don't know if you've gotten to that point, but you haven't upgraded the amount of Quicksilver bullets you can have at any given moment. But that comes much later.
The thing is, these upgrades, I'll show you my character. You'll notice over there on the right, Carol runes. These are little runes you can attach to your character that give you special. I get more echoes from slain enemies, boost max HP, and boost max HP. So I've got a bit of a boost there.
Yeah.
They work like the rings do in Dark Souls games.
Yeah.
So basically, you can get these little passive effects, and sometimes they'll also have negative effects. So
what the hell is that? Awesome.
So there, she's kind of spawning these characters.
Yeah.
And I can get straight to her on the back of this area and open the door. So normally I would have to fight through a bunch of respawning tough enemies to get to here.
There's a girl over there.
Where's that?
Up there in the cell.
I think that's basically just.
Is that just?
That's just decoration. Basically, you find these corpses.
Oh, it's corpses. Jesus Christ!
It almost seems like people got caught, kind of.
It's just when you're playing. I usually play nice games. This game is just not. It's not nice to anyone. Everyone is either dead or miserable or dying in some way.
So yeah.
Will you play the PS4 remake of Dark Souls? You're being asked. The sins of the first father of the first sin.
Yeah, I think it's, what is it? Yeah, it's something, Scholar of the First Sin.
Scholar of the First Sin.
Now
I like, by the way, when remakes of games are given some cool names, instead of just remaster. Today, we saw the release of the Handsome, which is nice, I like that. I hate when they're called HD Remaster.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just a bit preoccupied there. That's because these women here have given me a lot of grief.
Funny, actually, that in this later area here, a lot of the enemies throw things at you. Almost every single enemy I've seen so far has been equipped with a ranged weapon, which is not the case in the earlier area. You have to be on the move, and that's sort of, I think. Oh no,
Yeah,
is that a guy that's gonna?
Yeah. He's the red one too, but see, I know about a little trap here. Maybe I can. See, I can go into heavy mode here.
Oh, that's such a nice weapon.
So he puts it in the sheath, and then. But I got to be quick about taking him out because he's got a friend.
Very cool. Oh, he's got a friend.
Whoa! And he's got more than one friend.
And he's got a machine gun.
Oh, and there was my blood echoes right there. I actually had a pool of blood echoes I could have picked up.
I'm so sorry. That's 24,000.
Yeah. But actually, I forgot about one thing. I forgot about activating that co-op thing. So basically what I'm going to do now, you'll see, is I'm going to ring a bell. That's pretty much how everything works, is you ring bells. Now, you can ring a bell, a blue bell, that's going to say, I want to help the person in this area who rings his corresponding help me bell.
Yeah.
Or you can ring a red bell, which means I want to invade other players' games.
So that's the PvP stuff.
Yeah, and the way it works is that if another player rings bells a lot, it's going to attract a special bell lady to his area who's going to ring a red, come here bell.
Yeah.
So basically, you won't invade whoever, you'll invade. So here we go. I've got a small resonant bell, a blue one here. Got this activated. Boom. Now you'll notice up next to my health bar, now it's going to be kind of passively searching for the chime of a beckoning bell. And a beckoning bell you can use, it's got it right here. It costs 1 point of insight. The points of insight are right beneath.
Yeah, you got 73 up there.
Yeah. You gain points of insight by either entering, beating bosses, or using these consumable items.
Yeah.
So if you run out of these insight points, the only way to get them, if you don't have any bosses to go to, is to
farm enemies and get
help other people. Basically, help them kill a boss, because then you'll get the boss.
Right. Yeah.
Now I'm going to run a bit of a different way, just to show a bit of a different area, because I have a shortcut here.
It is very typical From Software thing that you can imagine a kid comes home with his copy of Bloodborne. He thinks the game is very hard, so he rings the bell a lot of times in order to get help from other players. But really, the game is thinking of devious ways in order to make his game harder for him.
Yeah. So if you're really reliant on ringing bells in this game, then you might get in trouble because it's going to attract. Now again, you might get help from somebody, but you might also
in the end, too much.
Yeah.
It's going to attract more challenge to your personal game.
Yeah.
So it's not.
You'll open your game for invasions.
Yeah.
Now this is just a regular one. He's just attracting the NPC.
Yeah. Go away, you stupid.
Pick up some items.
Dory, we're being. I think the count needs one more.
Oh yeah, we need one up on.
We're 7. Very important. So what's that down there? That's an item you can pick up.
No, there's basically decoration. And this whole area here undergoes a transformation as well at this point in the story. So this area is actually different from the first time you experience it.
It's so frustrating because I can see why the game is holy. What the hell is that? You completely destroyed that.
Now, I have to mention, that thing there, I can destroy it if I get the jump on it, but it can kill me in one hit.
Okay.
So, it's only because I've kind of gotten used to the creature.
Yeah.
Now, see, again, the whole thing about shortcuts. The idea here to get to the boss areas, I go through all of this, and it's really tough. There's a lot of tough enemies.
Yeah.
But what I discovered is, first of all, this elevator that I took just before was a shortcut that I unlocked by coming through in another way.
Oh, so you had to do like a really long run around
to
before you could get to that.
To find the elevator. And you kind of get to this point over here. So, quick tip for everyone, go here if you want to find the elevator.
Yeah, when you spend the 40 hours to get to Yargul, the unseen village.
So you'll get to this elevator here and you'll get back up to pretty much the spawn area. What they also do, a little deviant thing, is if you're on the elevator and you kind of look this way, if you time it right, you go jump, and you get onto this little rooftop.
Ah!
And now this is like these dogs again. They're going to be.
I hate the dogs so much.
I think the best way to beat a dog is going to jump past it and then.
Yeah, but you have to hit them fast because once they get into a flurry of attacks,
or you can shoot them and they get stunned, and then
fall through the world. No, very good.
So they're gone. But again, there's a tough enemy down here. I'm not going to go fight it right now because I want to show off this little thing here.
Ooh.
Which is this kind of. Oh, there's another guy.
Inspect bath.
Touch it, and I'm going to give it a second.
Okay, what happens now?
Now this is basically a teleporter of sorts. So it's going to teleport me to another bath, which is I just have to go and kill this one bell woman over here because she is really.
Get the bell woman.
Boom. Now again, I might be a bit past the point where I need to be in this area. Now you'll notice also there's like I get one bullet in my inventory and then one goes to that green chest. So it's kind of in my. But you'll see here, if I look down the area, I was actually way beyond that gate down there before.
Yeah.
So I've teleported way ahead.
Oh, nice. Now I can jump down there.
And I can go straight down here. So it's a good tip if you want to fight this boss and you're kind of going through it a lot of times. You can go this way, jump down, jump, jump.
So it's more about figuring out.
And the boss room is right beyond this kind of. Now, if the boss was still there, it was gonna like first time you go there, it's not gonna show anything. It's a surprise. Here's a boss. But second, you have this fog.
Yeah.
Right. This. If somebody calls me, like I'm still searching. Passively. I'm actually gonna check my settings. I'm searching worldwide just to get as many possibilities. And there's a guy here who wrote Woeful Monster, and I already rated it.
But I can see the light, the lamp you have lit all the way back there.
Yeah. So I'm just going to chill out in this area a bit while it still searches.
Oh, there's this big coffin skull monsters there.
So I'm going to sneak up on it a bit.
I have the game, and I have played it, and I like it. And when I'm looking at this, I'm fascinated by it. I'm sort of getting the feeling that I might not be strong enough for this. That it's just too difficult for me. Oh God.
Yeah, that guy shoots. He's real annoying.
So Thozal01 asks which score you give it. So now, the score that's on it right now, which is temporary, because you have not played the game to a satisfactory amount. Also to the publications playing the game, the multiplayer servers opened just yesterday, for real. So right now it's a 9, but we'll see. Everything could happen. What did you give the other From Software games back in the day?
I can't remember what I gave Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 was my first review for Game Reaction opinion piece.
Right.
But Dark Souls 2 I gave it an 8, and that was mainly because of the graphical, like the lack of graphical fidelity. It was simply like it wasn't living up. It wasn't living up to what was out at the time. Comparatively, they could have made it a lot easier. I just got pulled into a world. I figured for a second.
That's really cool.
So here we go.
Nice.
I'm in the same spot as I was before.
Enter the world of Grim Reaper 0879, who beckoned you here.
Yeah.
So he called for you, and you answered the call.
Yeah.
And do we get any indication of where he is?
See, that's the thing. I have.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Here he is.
You're gonna help him with the boss.
Yeah.
And he has the same sword as
you. So warning everybody, we're going into a boss fight now that might be a bit further than you want to see. So minimize the screen, just listen to us. And
if you don't want to see it,
you'll hear when we die. Again, a good thing about helping people is I don't really risk anything. If I die, I don't lose anything. If I win, there's only stuff to win. If I die, I just get sent back to my world. If I win, I get some insight. I get to keep the echoes.
Okay, yeah. So by helping other people getting into their games, there's no downside, no possible downside. Well, that's good.
But again, invading as PvP can, I think it does actually cost you your things. You have to go back in your own world and pick up your echoes. So
yeah. And to answer your question, in Cobra, I will try my utmost to enjoy Bloodborne and get through it, but no, I'm not going to go back and play Dark Souls 1 and 2. I can...
Again, to answer the question, playing the remaster, I know there's some talk going around that I might be reviewing it, but the thing is, there's a whole, like, whether or not I have time, also just because I have so much going on with this game, and it's really... really tough to review a Souls game or a Bloodborne game.
And it's out or something like that. So it's just pushed forward a week. So
yeah, so it's going to be. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
A lot of things kind of have to. See, here we go. The bell-ringing woman has left, and the sound of the sinister bell has ceased. So basically, this guy had a sinister woman in the area ringing that bell, calling in people for PvP.
Yeah.
And it seems like we might have a third guy in the area. That's why we're kind of running around in circles. Because we were getting points for his kills, and he seemed to just have killed the woman to get rid of her.
So there's another guy there.
Yeah. So
you could sort of assess that Grim Reaper, our friend, he's been ringing that bell. Oh, I think that's the guy.
No, that's not the guy. See, what you'll also experience in the game is computer-controlled hunters that want to fight you, And they're really tough because they've got kind of the same skills and moves as you do. So they're going to have guns, they're going to have everything. And this guy has, you only have to kill them once, they don't respawn. But they are
tricky.
Yeah. And at this point here is really
And they don't stagger when they're hit.
No.
Oh, watch out.
I'm going to back up a bit.
I'm also experiencing, I have to say it, a bit of frame rate stutter here.
This is actually the first really frame rate stutter I've experienced. It might be the server thing.
Oh, right. So it might have been hooked up on the on internet speeds and not on the game's sort of performance.
Yeah, but still, like, I have experienced sometimes, but never in combat.
No.
So this guy should be stoked now. I just killed one of these annoying guys for him. Oh, the other one's almost dead.
Philip, are you gonna get booted out of his game?
If I die, yes.
If you die. We don't want that.
So
That's another guy gone. Yeah. Come on, Grim Reaper. Work together.
So you'll notice these guys have special weapons, but they're all weapons that will be available to you as a player as well. Like, they have the same gear and the same stuff that's available to players.
That's very neat.
They drop items to me, you know, health vials.
That was pretty cool. That was a cool battle.
Oh, here he goes.
Oh, he's a cooperator. He's a friend as well.
So that's the guy who was running around. So now we actually cleared out a good chunk of the area. 3
PSN names with numbers in them, actually.
Yep.
Good. So I'm guessing that Grim Reaper, he doesn't want to do the boss fight, it seems. But now would be the obvious time.
We might be going to another boss.
Okay.
Just to say.
Yeah, everyone, tomorrow we're playing Mario Party 10. Philip and I are taking Bloodborne, the grown-up game, and Dory and Sophia are taking the kids game. So that's what's going to happen in the following 2 days here.
So it looks like this guy might be taking us to another boss, because again, there are several bosses in the area. He might have beaten that other boss before, which meant that if he went through that fog and there was no boss there, he would just kind of dismiss the two of us. But here we go. This is the boss area.
Oh, so now we're going to a boss area. I like that. Yes.
He looks like he's kind of asking
Tune away now if you don't want to get the fight spoiled, but I want to, and I'm going to play it because I just like the...
So what are they...
Come on, guys. Come on. We're going to do the boss. Grim Reaper and Odd Eye.
Now, I don't know if it's the case in Bloodborne, but in Dark Souls, you would get booted out of the multiplayer game if you were there for a certain amount of time, or if you earned a certain amount of points. There was kind of a cap there.
Oh, right. So you can't just, completely over-farm an area.
No.
Okay.
With your friend. No. So, and in Dark Souls, they also had this one thing where you can kind of do like this light version of co-op, where you could set down kind of a light mark.
Yeah.
Which lowered the cap, but which always awarded you with a kind of a usable item that you needed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, do you want to do a quick co-op with a guy, just help him quickly with a boss, or do you want to do like a full, half-hour co-op thing?
Okay,
with a boss?
I think that Odd Eye and Grim Reaper may have decided on the other boss.
Well.
Which was the one that you had previously beaten in the area we saw before.
Yeah, I've beaten all the bosses in this area, but
yes, are we going through?
These guys might be voice chatting. That's why we don't know why they're. Yeah,
we're going through.
Okay,
yes.
So tune away. We're going.
The beacon has begun the final battle.
So it's not the final boss per se, but it's the final battle for me as a co-opper. So see this boss fight here. There's a little trick to it. There's this little stairs.
So while those guys, I'm
going to go around the side here because there are these annoying little bell women up here who are going to be doing range damage. Now again, it needs to be said that if the host dies, we all get booted and we don't get the prize.
Oh no!
So the most important thing right now for the host is to stay alive, let the two of us kind of, do the heavy work.
Yeah, the main part of the battle.
Because nobody wins if he dies.
Yeah. Stop ringing those bells.
Because I also believe that these bells kind of heal the boss.
Yeah, they seem to.
Fireball attacks and everything.
Oh, remember. Ooh. Maybe a little thing.
Yeah. So now we've got him kind of one-on-one. And again, I will say, and that it will also be mentioned in my review, but they said that they would make the boss fights tougher
for every person.
Or kind of more geared towards...
No! We've lost an ally!
But it seems like he was just a cooperator and not the...
He was not the beckoner, yeah.
No.
That's Grim Reaper, but he's in a tough spot as well at this point.
Yeah, beckoner just needs to kind of... Grim Reaper just needs to kind of... Oh, here we go. He's down for the count. The thing is, you can also do these visceral attacks on bosses. If you get them down on their knees, some of them, you can actually do amounts of damage to them.
Actually, one little tip that I got when I was playing the first boss, the Cleric Beast, is that pouring a bucket of oil or throwing that and then throwing a Molotov cocktail afterwards dealt huge amount of damage, like a third of his health.
Yeah,
so that was
you can kind of put flammable liquid and then afterwards put them on fire. You can also use the torch for that, lighting them on fire.
Yeah.
I'm out of health vials now, so I gotta play a bit more carefully if you want to see the end of this fight. But it seems like our guy over here is kind of taking it slow, so he's taking some damage now and should get away.
Come on, Grim Reaper, don't, Grim Reaper, take it slow. We want to get this guy down. We want to get Philip a prize.
Oh. Get away, get away, get away.
What was that? What was he doing?
He can do this kind of charged up attack that does big AoE damage.
But he's too close, isn't he?
I think he's fine
This is tense even to watch.
Okay, no, he does these kind of, where he also spawns these falling bones, so you just kind of gotta keep moving.
This is Dante's Divine Comedy as a game.
Yeah.
I'm feeling. This is the Circles of Hell. Can you play as any type of magician in Bloodborne? And as you said before, no.
There are no... Oh, no, I died. There are no magicians in the game. There are no wands. There are no kind of... but you can upgrade kind of your magic attacks with those items that you have and kind of your effectiveness with them. And there are requirements to use some of them. I have an item right now which seems to do electrical damage. But I don't have high enough arcane knowledge to use it.
No, okay. Yeah, because that was going to be the next question is, what is the arcane skill used for? I haven't leveled mine up at all.
That's basically, like, I can show them off actually now, because I'm thinking we've got a half hour left, and there's a feature in the game also that we should almost show off, and those are the chalice dungeons.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do, yes! I completely forgot about those.
So we're going to return to the Hunter's Dream.
Let's do the challenge dungeons, people. I'm thinking that the challenge dungeons might also give us a chance to add some deaths to that count. Yeah. Because those are, as I'm told,
the counter's still going for that death there.
We are updated. We're updated.
Good, good. So I'm just going to show off these cool little magical items that I have. Now, see, the first one that I got was this thing called the Beast Roar.
Yeah.
Basically, when I activate some bullets, it's going to do this boom. This area, and it's going to knock everybody around me on their ass.
That's nice, but that's an item.
It's an item. It's not actually like a spell, but it uses bullets as mana. Kind of. Next item is Old Hunter. This one is a really, really good one. It's a short-term effect that it has, and it uses 6 bullets. But when you look at it, if I dodge now, I do like this. If I activate it, look at my dodges.
Oh yes, so you're completely immune from damage when
you kind of teleport around.
And I'm seeing that you're not using as much stamina as you were before.
No, then it is kind of like a dodge thing.
How long can you use it?
That was it. Okay,
so that's maybe 15, 20
expensive,
seconds. Yeah.
Then I have Empty Phantasm Shell, and that's going to be a remind people of the Souls games. It's basically when I activate it, it's going to add arcane damage to my weapon.
Yes.
You also have consumables like.
Yeah.
But now, and that lasts quite a while.
So the amount of arcane skill determines how powerful
these effects are, but also if you can use them at all. And then I have the final one, which is Augur of the
Ebrietas.
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
Nice.
But basically, I can do this, and I like this effect. So here. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah,
but
I saw
do
that. What the hell?
Shoot these tentacles, and if I hit an enemy with it, it also knocks them down.
That's H.P. Lovecraft right there. Very nice.
And then I have this final weapon just sitting in my inventory. Called Mini. Let's see. And I also have the Messenger's Gift. I'll show that. That one's really cool. Oh yeah, Executioner's good.
Summon Wrath.
I actually haven't checked that one out, but it requires 20 arcane. And if I
you have 18.
Yeah. No, do I?
You have 8.
Yeah. I might.
Yeah. Okay.
So these kind of have the
glove of an executioner from faraway land. Wrath for spirits of the past by smearing them with blood.
Yeah. So again, it's not completely clear what it does. And then also I have this other one, which tiny Tonitrus. Tonitrus is a weapon in the game which secondary effect is it becomes electric. So this one does kind of emit blue sparks.
Oh, it's cool. It's like Tesla. It's a Tesla.
Yeah.
What kind of differences there was between the alpha that I played and this. Well, mainly the alpha was easier, both in the amount of health that each attack of the enemies of the first area took from you, but also how big your own hitbox is. Here, it's much more precise that if you're being hit by an enemy, you're going to be. It's if they hit you with your weapon. Whereas in the alpha, they could miss even though that they were standing right up in your face.
Yeah.
So, I played the alpha and I was very surprised of how much difficult the
the chalice dungeons. Let's get into these before we run out of time. But I've already activated 2 of these ritual altars.
Yeah.
I will say, it seems that the difficulty of the chalice dungeon depends on the chalice and the ingredients that you use.
Okay.
So I activated this first ritual altar very early in the game.
Yeah.
Away from it to kind of continue the story, I was reviewing the game. I would need to move along.
Yeah.
When I came back, the enemies hadn't leveled up. So it was just, one hit, one hit.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, but you can always remove the chalice and come back later. Now, I have a second one here, which is also pretty, I activated it and went straight in there. It was still pretty easy.
Yeah.
So it really seems like the chalice has something to do with it. Now, the third ritual altar up here. See, now I have some choices here. I can do a ritual myself, use a chalice. You find more chalices as you do the dungeons.
Yeah.
Search for a dungeon, so basically what type of chalice, area type, how deep it goes, and if there's extra rights, which I haven't really, and you can search. So if
for
somebody's
a specific one,
so if my friend puts up one, because basically what I did with my first one here, so if you're interested, guys, if you want to try it out, the one I was talking about, I've shared this one. And you'll see it on the right there. Conductor, if you search for the chalice at the bottom, SBFNA 5 and 4.
A replay. So
go back to the replay here. You can actually play the same one and see how well you do in it. But I think I'm going to try and activate a new one, because I found a new challenge.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good way
to
spend the last 20 minutes.
So I've had these different ones, and I've only gotten these Thumero chalices.
Which is a specific type, or?
But yeah, see, I have actually found others.
Loran Hintertomb.
Hintertomb. I just found a Hintertomb one.
Let's do that.
I think it's also based on difficulty 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
So let's do a difficulty 2. I don't want to get too...
Let's have a chance.
I need 3 ritual blood and 3 bloodshot eyeballs, and I have 8 and 7 of each of them. You'll find these items around the chalice dungeons, but also around the world.
Very nice.
So, okay.
Materials will be consumed.
Yes. So let's just go ahead and do it.
The ritual is finished and challenge rests upon the altar. You may now explore. Let's go ahead.
Now, I don't know how you do co-op in these dungeons, because you can't actually pull people in at this point.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I can pull them in. The first chamber is also always called Chamber of the Seal. You go in.
Yeah, it's the seal, yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and ring a come help me bell. I'll see if other people join. I'll use one of my...
There's sort of a schizophrenia in the chat going on. Some people want you to stop dying, want you to keep on dying. For the people who guessed 21, that may not occur. For the people who's about 12, 13, well, right now it's Mad Lunatic's prize. We'll see if Philip can stay alive for you. Spoilers, the game's about dying. So I'm
not playing it.
No,
just
you're not playing it safe. Okay, that not too long of a load time there.
No,
a bit shorter than when you look back into
because it's a smaller area.
Smaller, confined area.
Now, one thing I've noticed about the Chalice dungeons is that the art style and the kind of the level design is not as intricate as it is in the real world. You can definitely feel like these are kind of building blocks put together.
Yeah, but it is procedurally generated in the sense that it has sort of predetermined, pre-graphicated areas which are put together in a specific way, a new way.
So the Chalice decides kind of what type of area. Is it going to be kind of an underground? Is it going to be a temple area? Is it going to be this and that? Each of them happen this way. There's going to be a locked door that you can't get past. Yeah. And you have to find the device on the floor to unlock the door and then the boss fight.
Quicksilver bullets, good. Oh. But you get to take your vials and your bullets into the Chalice dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm just going to ring this beckoning bell.
Bling, bling.
So I used one of my insight points, and it's going to be searching for anybody kind of ready to help us.
So let's get to some enemies.
So
don't you have you don't have a torch on you?
Not at the moment, it seems.
That's good.
Actually, I'm leveling this next weapon. You might appreciate this one. It's kind of like a quick knife. Secondary. Again, it's not as good as my main weapon, so I'm kind of saving until I level it up because it requires materials. Actually, let me just put a torch in it because I've got this big rifle. I don't need that. It's not
Ludwig's rifle. Let's get some fire going. Which movie was that a quote from? You can guess that. Okay, so let's...
Now I've learned to look up when I go through here because there are enemies that will drop on you. Again, these Chalice dungeons are a good way to kind of meet enemies from later in the game.
Oh, right.
On your level.
Get like a taste, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be at your level. Yeah, see, I'm still one-hitting them, so it's not quite my level. Like, again, I might have skipped the Chalice dungeons parts a bit too much in the beginning, so I've out-leveled most of the gear, the items, but...
Good news for Mad Lunatic, who is currently winning the game, so...
But again, it's not always about... Because they won't have a lot of health, but they will still have... See, they still do a nice chunk of damage. And...
I got a shock there.
So they still have surprises for you in these areas. And I haven't gotten to a point where I can kind of foresee them just yet. They'll sit around.
Take that, you winch. Oh, she was letting out a huge scream.
One hitting these guys. But these guys can be evil too. I know this from other Chalice dungeons because some of them will actually throw poison knives at you.
How much?
And this guy's kind of red. So, he's tough. Okay, I know why. Because you see, I found the lever, and each lever, and there's also kind of these chests in each floor. They'll have like this semi-boss character, like this tougher enemy guarding them.
Yeah.
So now unlocked.
So that's the next tier. You go down.
Now it's unlocked the door, so I can go there. But
how many tiers is this specific dungeon? 3?
I think it's 3 is the basic one, but sometimes the Chalice also determines how much.
So if you use the Chalice, you can maybe get 6 tiers or 5 or...
Yeah, they can get pretty deep.
Yeah.
And each floor has a boss, and they get kind of harder and harder, so...
Yeah.
I'm definitely seeing the value in these dungeons as kind of like an end game...
I'm just seeing it as, this is the basic multiplayer suite of the game. You have beaten the single player, but you love Bloodborne so much that you want to show off your skills in a more difficult and more randomized way.
Yeah.
This is the obvious choice.
And again, you can share it with friends, you can challenge each other, you can do them together. It's like, oh guys, I found this really cool dungeon, come try it out with me, let's do it together, all this kind of stuff. So it's almost got a bit of a player created without being fully player created side to it. Now oh, hello.
There we go. 312, you're doing a lot of damage actually.
So here we go, here's the door. I'm going to try and go through this dungeon as quickly as I can because it seems like it's kind of a low level.
Yeah.
Because now, see, there's going to be a door down here at the end. There's also sometimes other doors. I'm just going to open just to check, because on each floor there was also a treasure chest.
Oh, good.
Which is going to hold some nice items. Oh, Nick just joined the party.
You haven't taken that away yet. Oh, you have on your own. You have on your own.
Yeah,
machine,
it's because I
hated those for so long.
Yeah, those notifications are quite annoying. These little guys are just good for getting some.
There's a bell lady in the area as well.
Exactly, yeah. Because he's red, it means that she's kind of like a necromancer. She raises these from the dead. She doesn't do a lot of damage herself, but she's just annoying. I'm just going to get out of there. I'm going to go straight for the boss here. And he's usually marked by these lit up kind of doorways.
Oh! The man-eater boar.
Okay.
I've seen that in the single player as well.
Yeah, so it basically takes sometimes tough enemies. Oh! Did he just one-hit kill me? He did.
Holy crap! Sorry, mad lunatic. Dory, we're on 9.
So the boar I'm familiar with from the normal story. I kind of know its tactics, but I was just a bit too slow on my dodge there.
Yeah,
because it's kind of been upgraded to a boss, it does a lot more.
Yeah, holy crap!
So it's kind of random what kind of bosses that you meet.
Okay, so it could be a different boss now, or
no, every time you load up.
But every time okay.
Like there's gonna be a floor 1 boss and floor 2.
Are you getting sort of you've tried a bit of them? Are you getting the sense that there's a lot of different bosses? Like you have to play 50 to meet the same one twice.
So far, I've whoa. Okay, that's
he
why
breaks through the pillars.
Okay,
man-eater boar, you big little scamp. Takes half your health.
Okay, I want him to do this. Yeah, this one. This is a nice one. I like that. Because then I can go, cling, boom.
He's a bit more difficult than you would expect, actually. They're asking. I'm not gonna play. We're having for the sake of the people who gets deaths. It's best to keep the same player. And by the way, I'm in such a good mood right now. I really don't want to be frustrated and sad and suicidal. So.
Oh, silly.
But we're gonna get back to Bloodborne, and I probably can't escape playing at some point. So. Holy. The man-eater boar is proving to be a bit of a handful. Come on, man-eater boar. I think it's very devious to let him prey slaughtered.
So that's basically the message you get whenever you kill a boss. So this was, boss completed, 3,000 points.
Nice.
Which isn't a huge amount for my character. Now, where did my? Oh, they're there. Luckily, I didn't.
Oh, that's your blood echoes.
Yeah, I was looking for them. Now, no worries. The boss will never pick up your blood echoes. You will always, in a boss room, kind of be dropped on the ground where you die.
Also, that would be extremely unkind.
Yeah.
So there's a lamp you need to light there.
Yeah, the challenge dungeons you'll find that lamps are like right after each other. We'll go down a floor now. There'll be another lamp right away.
Oh, okay. One of your notes was rated fine. That's nice.
So yeah, that would have given me health if I didn't already have. I think I'm not completely sure what it does.
Yeah.
One thing I want to mention though, and that's still a big mystery to me and to many people.
Yeah.
In the stats, there's a thing called beasthood. What the F is beasthood?
The closer you are to beasthood, would temporarily
transform.
I've never seen that.
It seems that from what I've read, the more kind of damage you do to people, the more you'll get covered in blood and you'll become more and more beastly. And it seems like you might actually be able to transform into a werewolf.
Werewolf stuff.
It might have something to do with a covenant joining a specific one.
Yeah.
Because I've also read something about eating hearts or drinking blood. And the more beastly you become, again, this is all theoretical. Sorry?
Keep moving.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And the more beastly you become, the more damage you do, the more kind of badass you become. But the harder your character becomes to control. And the only way to get rid of beasthood is to kill other players and drinking their pure blood.
Oh no, the pale blood.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So we got a shooting guy here. Get rid of him quickly.
Standing with his mouth open. Indian Cobran asks, isn't there some kind of super impossible boss fight that you could play about? So
Actually, I'm at a point now, like I will say that I put up the review for kind of the single player, but I have not finished all the bosses, full disclosure. It's kind of, in the time that was given at the time that I got the review copy, it just wasn't possible.
No.
So I know I have a boss coming up, and this isn't good. This is like poison and water.
What happens?
You see that bar going up is basically my level of poisoning, and when that hits the top, I'm poisoned, and it's going to start draining my health.
Oh God! But
so
you got some antidotes, I believe. Oh, yeah. This game is so mean to you. It's so mean.
So I believe usually it's down in these areas you'll find a chest or something.
Is it time for the boss? We're gonna do. Can we get to do one of those?
We might. I have to find the lever first. And then to unlock the secret door, which I still haven't found either.
Secret door.
Uh-oh, this is kind of a wobbly. See,
I like that. I like that actually, because I've played quite a bit of Bloodborne as well, and these are very unlike the areas you'd find in the single player.
Yeah, it's definitely a new experience.
It is a very change of pace and very change of environment. I really like that. So.
Let's go through here.
Ooh. Death waits around every corner.
Whoa!
What's ghost lady?
I haven't met one of these before, but she's tough, so she seems to maybe be guarding something important.
Now she's dead.
Oh, more
poison levels.
She's guarding this item over here, cold blood do. Again, these cold bloods that I find around the place are sort of like these souls that you could pick up in Dark Souls. You can activate them to get a nice big amount of souls.
Yeah.
And you're not at risk of losing them when you die. They're kind of an item that you usually wait with consuming until you get back to the safe area, you know. Right before leveling up, you'll consume everything you have, just to have as many points as possible.
You're being asked if your Dark Souls 2 character and your Bloodborne character was to engage in a deathly duel, who would come out victorious?
I think my Bloodborne character might have an upper hand in his just pure speed.
Yeah.
Again, like my current main character in Dark Souls 2 is also a kind of a dual-wielding fast character. So they'd both be pretty fast. Oh wow, this is an evil area. That guy is definitely new to me, and he's got like a cannon.
That's actually a cannon strapped to his hand.
Whoa!
Holy crap! I got it.
Holy Jesus out of me!
But you're gonna get him. Look at that! Goodbye, Cannon Man. Yes.
There we go. These heavy attacks are wonderful.
You got blood vials from that guy?
No, it wasn't bloodstone shards.
Bloodstone shards.
These shards are used to upgrade your weapons, and just like in previous Souls games, there's shards, there's chunks, there's different kind of sizes of them that are being used. The higher level the weapon gets, the more requirements it gets.
So we're supposed to find the
and then the blue door, and this seems like quite a big area compared to what I'm used to in these.
And let me just clarify: it's not just me that's stupid here. There is no map.
There is no map. No.
There's no map in any sort of form, either of the city, of the big areas, or where you are.
Nope.
That's so devious.
And it can really be it's really tough because you really got to remember what you're.
Rats. There's so many of them.
Yeah, they like to swarm you. Whoa! That was another death for the counter.
And for the person who guessed 10, we have 8 minutes left.
Another thing that I also just, I was fighting this kind of little hairball that was moving around that wasn't really fighting back.
Yeah.
That's also kind of a throwback to the previous games where you'd find these little lizards with a diamond on their back, and they were just called item lizards or something.
Yeah.
And you had to be quick when you saw them. They ran away quickly. You had to catch up to them and kill them before they just kind of despawn, and you usually got a pretty good item like an upgrade material or something.
Yeah.
This time around, there's these big hairballs moving around, and they're way more forgiving. They don't move as fast, and as soon as they start despawning, if you hit them, they kind of get pulled back in. So you can still kind of,
okay.
If it's kind of running away, you can shoot it and run up to it.
Yeah, reminds me of the treasure goblins in Diablo.
Exactly, it's the same idea.
Yeah.
And they're always placed in the real game, always placed in ways where you see it's like, oh my god, I gotta go, and you run up to it, and then there's an ambush waiting for you.
So, Dory, who is the current winner? Sendclip is the current winner.
Oh, this is the blue door, yeah. So I just gotta find that lever.
Come on, find that lever. But it's not down by the cannon guy. I'm guessing because I think we searched that area pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, it's not in that room, but it seemed like I was moving into another area past that room where the rats were. And again, it can be anywhere, and there's no real telltale sign of if you're going the right direction here. But I'm just going to kind of try and blow through these guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Down to the cannon guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you die to jump from that distance?
That's another thing with Bloodborne. Actually, it's very lenient on the fall damage compared to Dark Souls.
Let's check it out.
See, boom.
Oh, that's not bad. But the cannon guy
but
is
I got
bad.
stunned by the...
Come on, cannon guy.
Oh. Okay, so this guy is tough because he kind of hits behind himself a bit.
I wonder where he got that cannon from, actually.
Wow, he does a big kind of...
Took some effort to tie it to his own arm.
Oh, okay, it's because I've got... oh no, death again.
Sorry, Sendclip. So who's on 11, Dory? We have 6 minutes left.
I really want to get to that boss.
Yeah, I really want to get to that guy as well.
I'm just going to skip this. I'm just going to run.
You're just going to power...
Oh.
Congratulations. And it seems that the cannon guy has got a little fan club brewing in the chat, which I'm very, very pleased about.
Again, as far as I know, all the mobs you'll meet in these dungeons are also part of the main game.
Okay, so they
which
just
also
take the
says
models.
a bit. I've played over 40 hours of this game, and I've not met this mob yet.
Yeah. Oh, that's insane.
Like, I'm still, like, again, that's what I love about these games. I went back to an area, it's happened several times. I go back to an area just to grind a bit, you know, and just kind of like, oh, I want to feel overpowered. I want to kill these guys in one hit. And it's like, wait, was this ladder here before? And you go up the ladder, and suddenly you're opening up a whole new area. And it's like, whoa, like you think you're getting towards the end of the game, and then nope.
Yeah.
Welcome to another
but it's
part of hell.
It's From Software's sort of signature dish. There's no clear indication of where in the game you might be. Whereas some games might have, you get a sense of where the story is going if you're doing one more mission, or it's chapter based.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, this is the final boss.
Yeah. So, but in all From Software games, they sort of jump you in and don't give you much direct storytelling. It's just go ahead, let's see.
Yeah.
And I think.
Well, since this guy has such a fan club, and since he's got my echoes.
Are you gonna go for the cannon guy?
No, my echoes are right there. Yeah, I'm gonna kill him. This time I'm gonna get him.
It's so sad that the cannon guy has to die. But then again, there's your echoes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get these.
Oh yeah. Come on, cannon guy.
Gonna be a bit better timed.
Yeah, fire that cannon.
Come on, shoot. Don't be a wuss. I think
he's gonna shoot. Why is cannon guy backing up? Stand your ground, man.
Come on.
He's still backing up. Maybe he wants to pull you into the poison.
Maybe. But I think, look, he's been poisoned himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Come on, cannon guy. What did you do there?
I tried to use my tentacle move to knock him down. I'm just going to go up on land here, get some antidote.
Whoa! Whoa! Holy crap, the cannon guy.
Oh, wrong.
He's so intense.
And I'm losing health slowly. What's going on? Antidote.
So he just kept firing. Once he goes into firing mode, you can't do stuff.
But again,
the cannon guy is losing a lot of hit points just by standing in the poison.
So you'll notice in some areas there's going to be these damage areas. I'm going to leave this guy, actually. I'm going to see if I can't move on, because he's going to kill himself.
Cannon guy, are you going to kill yourself?
Now my question is, there was a ladder I went up, and there was
3 minutes, Philip. We're going to have to get to that.
Okay, I'm going there. Got the antidote ready. Again, I'm going to roll through this poison. It's going to make me move a bit faster.
So, Dory, we're also being asked who has 12 if Philip dies in the next 2 minutes. Petru, yes. So this is the part where Philip died the last time, so... Oh, that guy, so...
Oh, I was trying to use a health vial.
Yeah.
These guys have quick poisons.
Yeah, they're so in.
Okay, so I will say that this Chalice dungeon is way harder than what I'm used to. And again, you'll see, they don't take a lot of... Like, they can't take a lot of damage, but they deal a lot. So it's kind of a balanced thing. And the thing about them not taking a lot of damage is also kind of a problem because, you know, the whole regain system. If they do half a health bar of damage to me and I kill them in one hit, I only get back like a small amount.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better for the big heavy guys, you know, because then you can really regain as much as you want. So it kind of punishes you as well for being over leveled.
Yeah.
In that you'll still take a lot of damage, but you won't get a lot back. You'll have to spend a lot of health vials.
So we got 1 minute left on it.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Cannon Guy. Cannon Guy is gonna be my boss.
Can you get to Cannon Guy before it's 6? You have 60 seconds. Wow.
60 seconds.
Maybe that's what that wasn't.
Well, we've just got one guy to kill up here, maybe two, and then we got the bridge and the Cannon Guy.
Come on, Cannon Guy. I feel like he's sort of become the main character of the stream, actually. That he's, I mean...
Old cannon arm?
Yeah, good old cannon arm. I'm fascinated by how much effort it took to tie that cannon to his arm with chains.
Okay, can I do a drop attack on him? No, he's too far away.
You can actually do drop attacks.
Yeah,
if you land directly on him.
Always been kind of a part of the Souls game. They're tricky to pull off, but the idea is that if you hit attack while you're mid-air, you'll kind of
go ahead.
Do this swing. Okay.
Yeah, we have, because it's 6 now, but we're gonna... We're done.
Okay.
So congratulations, Yansu, was it? Yansu won. And
in the very nick of time, because I just died.
Actually, we declared the winner. I'm sorry for 13, but Yansu is the winner. By the time it ticked over to 6 o'clock.
Hands have been so sweaty.
So, congratulations, Yansu, on winning your free copy of Bloodborne. We'll be seeing you all around Yharnam, invading your game, killing you, making your life miserable. I would like to thank Philip for coming on and show us the game. We'll be looking forward to the rest of your review with the full score sometime on Monday.
Hopefully Monday.
Hopefully Monday, but it all depends on how thoroughly the multiplayer will be tested and how much availability it will have.
We'll be as quickly as possible without, skipping through anything.
We don't want to skip through anything because this is a big game. We want to do it right. So, tomorrow we'll be playing Mario Party 10 with where Sophia and Dory will host and play some fun little mini games on the Wii U. And thank you so much for watching this Bloodborne stream. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.